Welcome to the Piston Jack channel, and today we're troubleshooting 2000 Nissan Xterra, and the issue is it cranks but it doesn't start. Crank, no start, and let's see what we'll find. I don't know exactly what's wrong, but I have some ideas. Just helping a friend, and it'll be interesting troubleshooting. Let's get begin.
Let's crank the engine and see what's going on. And as we were cranking, we don't have the tachometer reading. It means missing signal from the cam or crank sensor. On Xterra's, crank sensor is not responsible for tachometer. It means cam sensor at the distributor. There's a few directions where you can start going, as chasing fuel, spark, and also look for the missing signal. We have no signal from the cam. On the Xterra, or on most of the Nissans, they use the cam position sensor for the tachometer, and on Xterra's, the sensor shared with distributor unit. It's mounted inside the unit itself, and that could be the problem with the distributor itself. And let's start moving in the spark direction and see what we'll find. Let's check the spark. I'm going for the spark first because it's the easiest thing to do. We can also open the air cleaner box and spray some fuel inside the manifold and see if it will try to start. This is a very simple test, but okay, what we have is our power distribution box, and there should be ignition 40 amps ignition switch for the computer. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, our 40. This is our fuse. As you can see, this guy, fuse is good, not blown. 40 amps, and that's what we're interested in. Now there's a 80 amps ignition 2 switch, battery positive. This is a heavy duty fuse, 80 amps. This is ignition switch, which we checked over here, and as you can see, this guy, let me zoom it. Yeah, fuse is good. It's not blown, it fuses. Okay, going to check ignition coil power supply circuit and see if it's just when plug this connector, we can put it back, this wire. It's number 1. And now we're going to check the supply power to the ignition coil. This is our connector for the ignition coil supply, and this guy, this big one, is for power transistor harness connector. We're going to this later, but we'll check the power supply to the ignition coil, which is inside the distributor body. This is our condenser, and I need to unplug the connector and check the power between the terminal. I will show you which terminal to check, and the ground, and we should see the power. Before you start disconnecting anything, just make sure you have your key turned to the off position, and it's a little hard to get here. Push this retainer clip, and it's almost impossible to get it with a hand. That's so hard. Okay, it's in. It should slide out. Yeah, it's coming. There we go. I got this connector out, and it's just a tip in. Just touch it. See, we have a voltage supply to our ignition coil. This is the first test, and we're reading from, there's two wires, and we're reading from black and white. As you can see, the black and white, and test probe here means we have the power supply. Here we go. Oh, one more time. Yep. Okay, we see the battery voltage. This is the first step. Alright, I'm going to turn ignition off, and you should see the voltage drop. Good. Alright, that's fine. We have a power supply. Next thing, I'm going to check. We'll put this guy back because we know it's all functioning. It's getting power, and we're going to check the power transistor ground circuit and see what we'll find there. If it's open or shorted, and yeah, before you replace the part, you need to find exactly what's wrong and do the troubleshooting part, which is most fun. Let's put this guy back. You might ask how I know how to check. Well, because I have a wiring diagram for the Nissan. I'll include it in the video. Okay, we're going to check our transistor. Check transistor ground circuit, if it's open or shorted. We need to undo this connector from the distributor, and somehow it's kind of lots of hoses. Oh gosh. Yeah, just need to sneak there somehow to push that tab and unplug this guy. Oh, that's not working. Okay, just a sec. Okay, finally I got it. It just has been sitting here for ages. Okay, here's our terminals. There's the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's a 2, and yeah, there's a number 1, 2, and 2 has a mark. And between the terminal number 2, we check transistor ground circuit for open or short, and yeah, we'll check the continuity between this terminal. See, this is black with red, and engine ground. And for continuity, we're using our multimeter. We'll just set it to ohms. Okay, there's ohms. And we'll find an engine ground somewhere where we can connect good ground, like here. Seems like there's a knock sensor, and let's check the ground. Yep, we have a ground, and should check the ground for the transistor. See, we have a ground here. Ground is coming to our transistor. Alright, next what we should do, let's check the coil. And remember, my ignition is off right now. Well, next step is to check the coil. We are going to check the primary and secondary coil. And primary coil, you check at the connector, this guy where we check the power supply to the coil over here. But now we're moving to the male side. Those are two terminals, and we need to read the resistance from those two terminals, and it will tell us if coil is good or it's shorted or circuit is open. And resistance for the primary coil should be between 0.5 ohm, 1 ohm. Let's check what we have. Okay, we have our friendly multimeter. Let's set on ohms. All right, and we all can see And I'm just going to touch those. See how this resistance on my multimeter is 0.0001. Okay, you can subtract that for accuracy. And my T-pins ready, and we'll touch those prunes and hard to get. Oh, okay. Can back probe, but there is such a tight space. Let's try to pull this one out. I think it's a better idea just back probe, because the weather seals are probably still okay. Oh, hard as rock. Well, we need to read the resistance somehow. We'll try to penetrate it there. Oh, it's not going. No. Look. Well, another way, just will read it from. Let's zoom in a little bit, and you can see better. Sun is coming out. Thank you, guys. Okay. Let's do our best. Try to touch those guys. Oh, we have a low resistance. I'm touching those two prunes. You know what? I will try to get there with the alligator clip. Such a tight connection. Okay. Got one, and I will touch another one. That's funky. Okay, I have one alligator with one prone, and let's touch another one. I like it by this. Okay. Pretty low resistance. 0.00002. Well, resistance is pretty low, which is telling us that primary coil might be okay. Okay, let's move to the secondary coil and check the resistance on secondary. Get to the secondary coil, and we need to take the cap off. Be careful not to drop those screws, because they can easily disappear inside the engine bay. Just be careful with that. And let's pull this one out, and then we can read the resistance at the secondary coil, and that resistance should be around 10-12 ohms. Here we go. Oh, that looks kind of dirty a little bit. See this? Might be seal. It's got dust inside. I don't like it. But contacts are still alright, some material left. Checked our rotor. To remove a rotor, we need to undo the screw. On some cars, just pop them. But okay, we're doing a coil right now. We're taking readings from the, that's called the terminal tower top here, or whatever. The coil tower metal tip is inside, which is connected to this kind of rod on the cap. This one's pushed in, and there's a spring. We're reading between this tower tip and terminal number 7 in this connector. Let's see what we'll
find out. Okay, I'll just zoom it out a little bit. Okay, just take my alligator out and reach to that tip. Put my multimeter, then you can guys see. And yeah, let's try what we have. Oh, okay. I got it. Seems like well, we have 10.7. Well, that's okay. We're in specs. Well, it's supposed to be approximately 10, 12. And the coil is okay. We had a low resistance on primary coil and secondary coil. Seems like coil is not a problem. But there's a way how this distributor manufacturer cannot service them. There's a coil built inside the distributor. Well, we disconnected our connector, which is for camshaft position sensor and transistor resistance at the distributor, and connected to pin number 2. And now we're just checking the resistance for the power transistor, and we shouldn't see 0. We should see the high resistance. And yeah, let's check between the terminal. One terminal should give us 459. That's pretty high. Seems like our power transistor is okay. We won't accept a 0, but between the terminals we had a reading which is pretty high. Okay. Power transistor resistance is fine. What next? Oh guys, we've done quite a bit, and the last thing what I would like to check, because it's so hard to get to the ECU connectors, it's under the dash and all this good stuff is so buried. Let's check the resistance. Let's check the wiring diagram. See, the resistor is black and red and black. It's over here. This is the resistors, and our resistance should be around 2-3 ohms. Here we go. It's all dry. Just yeah, there's wires. That's what I said. Black and red, and we have resistors, black and red and black, and we need to read the resistance from this guy, and it should be, as I said, around 2-3 ohms. Resistance is too high or it's open, that we might be have an issue with our start, and just replace the resistor. If it's not a resistor, that's probably something else. I hope it's this simple, but not, we'll keep tracing. Okay, let's zoom in again, and okay, there's a resistor. I have one T-pin at the back already, and check. 2.19. Perfect. Resistance is in specs. This is not a resistor. Well, our condenser or supplies, but I think there's a cap. But why we didn't have the crank signal? Not crank, the tachometer signal and the camshaft. I think it's something's just. All right, we checked quite a bit, and that distributor is responsible for the spark. And inside the distributor, we have the camshaft position sensor built in, and because we didn't have a tachometer reading, it means that side of the distributor unit where the position sensor is mounted is probably malfunctioning or interrupted. And we also can go to the ECU and check the signal from the cam sensor to the ECU but I don't feel like I would like to dig under the dash and read those connectors at the computer. Well, a computer is not very easy to access. What I'm going to do, I'll just go to junkyard, pull the distributor unit, just $40, put it in, because we're missing the tachometer signal. That should solve the problem. But ignition part of the distributor, like we checked the resistance on coils, primary and secondary, power supply, ground, transistor unit, resistor. We checked pretty much everything what we could. Seems like everything's in specs to me. And yeah, let's put a new distributor, new use from the junkyard. We'll get that guy and see what will happen. I hope it will solve the problem.
Only one vehicle with a distributor is left in the yard. The few Xterras, some Frontiers, some Pathfinders, no distributors left. 5 minutes later, we have our distributor. Let's close the hood, make sure everything will stay dry. Good to go.
First, before we will pull the distributor out, you need to set the timing, ignition timing, not ignition time actually, you need to set engine, first cylinder, top dead center. This is cylinder number 1, and I will show you. There's the 2 screws. You take them out, lift the cap like this, the cap, just put it aside, and we need to rotate the crankshaft, and this rotor should face the cylinder number 1, which is this. Okay, get your 27 mil ready, and we're going underneath to get access to the crankshaft harmonic balancer pulley, where the bolt we need to turn and set our first cylinder and top dead center, and watch that rotor. Okay, I get my, I cannot see. There we go, I have my wrench here. Okay, as you can see, my wrench is on a crankshaft and I'm turning, and always turn clockwise. Keep turning a little bit. Yeah, it's coming. A little bit more. Give it compression. There we go, yeah. First cylinder, top dead center. Alright, let's take a closer look. Okay, if you look from this perspective, from this angle, there's our first cylinder ignition wire, and the rotor is facing cylinder number 1. We don't need to worry about the cap right now. We need to undo this connector and connector for the, like, push this clip down, disconnect this guy too. There's a clips, there's a little tab here, you just press it in and it will pull the another side out. And there is a one bolt, I think it's 13 mil, a little bit hard to get, need a swivel, and undo that one, and then we will be able to pull it out. To get to that bolt, you need a 3/8 ratchet with extension and swivel with some electrical tape to place it in one position and get it to that screw over there. Yeah, just before you pull the distributor, just need to do those settings, otherwise then you will create extra difficulties for yourself. Get the screw loose, make sure you got that screw, and this is the bolt. Oh gosh, it's so tight. This coolant line is on the way, hard to get there. There's a bolt, pull that one out. Yeah, and we'll pull the distributor and put another one. Okay, we need to just wiggle. Here we go. So there's our distributor. All that good stuff is inside, and it's lubricated on the oil system. There's a gear to turn the distributor. Seems like it was came from a junkyard. It's like a number. What they do usually. Number. Okay, it's time to put a new one. There's a spare. This one we just pulled out. And we'll take a cab off and set the rotor in the proper position facing cylinder number 1, which is this guy. Yeah, it's old school technology. It's not very reliable. It's simple, but normally coil is always outside of ignition distributor. On this one, it's built inside, and it has a cam position sensor inside the distributor as well, and cannot replace the cam sensor because it's just built inside the distributor. It's not serviceable. They say you cannot replace it, anything on it. Only cap and rotor can be swapped, but all that good stuff is inside. Okay. Whole cap is off. Good. Look, that is new. Clean. Remember that one? Some dirt got in even somehow or another. This one looks better. I like it. Okay. As you can see, this cap is only going in one position, and there's the first cylinder. We need to set a rotor facing cylinder number 1, like this, and then we'll do our ignition timing. Just go by feeling. Just so we go. It will go. Okay, just wiggle because teeth are on an angle and the shaft is perpendicular with another group of teeth to the distributor shaft. You just need to set it a little bit, like 15-20 minutes this way, clockwise, and as soon as it will slide in, the rotor will get into the position aligned with the cylinder number 1. And as you can see, it's fully in, and it's facing spark plug wire number 1, and then we'll adjust the timing, and we should be good. See, let's put that bolt back. Here we go, it's in place. Started that bolt. We don't need to tie it because we need to set the timing. Just start it. Let's put our cap for now. We can swap that later. We'll probably use this cap, but for now we don't want to disconnect, see if this cap is still good. We'll change anything. Okay, let's put this one away. connect the wires with the ignition. Make sure there's no tools. Alright, we put all tools away and it should start. I'm going to crank the engine and see, we have our wrench. Everything's good. Fired up right away. Still need to set our timing, but let's go check the RPM. See, we have RPM. It's running. Yep, that's working. Oh, we also have an engine light now. Okay. So icy, you can fall. So slippery. Okay, connected my light to the first cylinder, and it's not working. Light is faulty. Well, I need to get another light. This one was given to me as a gift. It's not working. Okay, I will just, for now, because my light is not working, top dead center, I just will go by the mark, by here. I will set the ignition time later, because you get a gun. Okay, it's working. It's working. Finally, guys, we got our issue figured out. There was a problem with the cam positioning sensor inside the distributor, but we did pretty good diagnosis, I can say that way. We checked everything what we easy could access and do, and now we have our tachometer back. The timing light didn't work, was faulty, but now we have our ignition timing set, and tachometer works, and the vehicle runs like it should. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to fire it up, and you can hear it. Let's go check the tachometer. Very slippery, need to be careful walking. And our tachometer is working. We have engine light now. That's will be probably another day. We'll check that, diagnose, troubleshoot as well. And yeah, everything's working. Let's turn it off. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Very appreciated your time. We did quite a bit. Yeah, if you haven't learning together, and I'm glad we made this vehicle run again and back on the road. Okay, yeah, please subscribe to the channel, and if you would like to support my hobby YouTube channel, go and watch more videos. See you soon. Piston Shock. Bye bye.